Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are having an incredible day. I am very excited to be here again, and I want to thank you so much again for everybody that's been joining us on this amazing journey, 30-day to emotional mastery. And it's been very, very transformative for many people. I've been receiving incredible messages and emails from people around the world. And to me, it's just incredible that you and I get to connect and sit together for at least 5 minutes in a day to begin to do some of this energy work and learn new techniques to help you heal and embody your highest expression. That's really the most important and really the most valuable thing that I can offer you as a friend, as a support, and with lots of love. So we have a lot of questions, and I want to jump into those questions first. And we're going to guide our way through this journey tonight. Tonight, we're going to focus on emotional pain healing, and I have a story. I'll tell you why in just a minute. But let's begin by first answering the question by Julie Prince, who says, "Thank you. I have a question. While in meditation, my body has the twitching that you have mentioned in other videos, and I hold my body still and hold my body still. But once the meditation is done, my body really starts twitching. Is it best to hold the body still or allow the energy to move?" Thank you so much for sharing your teachings. Much gratitude for this community. I love how others ask the same questions that I'm wondering. Totally. Yeah, this is, we're a collective again, and we together are kind of evolving and experiencing some of these things together. So, all right, let's talk about moving and twitching. So when we move and we twitch a lot, it means that we have a lot of excess energy that hasn't been addressed. And so it's the same with the monkey mind. The monkey mind that is super hyperactive is having all these thoughts and is very busy processing the things that we're experiencing, but only halfway. So when we are experiencing something and we immediately apply a meaning to it based on past mechanical experiences, oftentimes we're not really processing the whole truth of what we're experiencing. We're only looking at it through a filter. And that filter that we're looking through is limiting our ability to be able to completely process the body through our whole self. Just the way that we perceive the world through one perspective, it's a very limiting perspective to look at only from the experiences that we've had in the past. And that's usually how our mechanism processes. Usually we go back to the file cabinet of all the emotions that we've had previously. We pull out this memory of how we've handled it before, and we apply it to the experience. Therefore, we're not really growing or evolving from the experience. We just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So what that means, what happens in that moment is that before we even allow the body to process, and in order to process an emotion, the proper way to be in the present moment and experience it fully is by sitting with the emotion. And this can be in a half a second when you're experiencing something, and you allow yourself to feel what happens. You are aware completely. You're observing the emotion in your body to allow yourself to understand all the information that holds. Okay, because if we immediately jump to a conclusion based on our past experiences, again, you're repeating a pattern. If you break the pattern by coming into a state of observation and take a moment to pause and allow your body to experience this emotion fully, this is how you process emotions, you can understand lots of wonderful information about yourself. You can learn about what you need in that moment. Cyclical patterns that you're repeating, survival mechanisms that you might be jumping into, and you might also look at other perspectives, other people, how they're feeling. You might be able to tune in to how they're feeling in that experience. And it allows you to, instead of mechanically repeating things, constructively create in that moment the experience, which is a completely different thing. So why we have a lot of movement in the body is because we have trained the body to immediately go to the filing cabinet of previous experiences, and we don't allow the body to process an emotion completely. And this is an interruption in the proper flow of life force. In order to experience things, we have to allow, we experience through the entire body. That's the thing, that we think that we're only experiencing things through the sight or the sound, or maybe the brain is processing the experience. But remember that we are experiencing things 360 degrees. The entire body is experiencing with us through all five senses. And that takes time. That's why that pause is very important. We have to allow ourselves to become the observer in this human vessel that is experiencing the activities that are occurring in that moment, the activities, the emotions, the processes. It's observing what is occurring in that moment. And that allows for the human to be able to choose whether it wants to be constructive or counter-creative, creative or counter-creative. So this is a very powerful technique that will begin to change the way you move in your body. A lot of ADHD and a lot of these very hyperactive, symptoms in us is constant interruption of processing systems at a very early age. So, for example, we experience some trauma, but before we had time to even process what we're experiencing, we're immediately put into another traumatizing experience, or that attention is redirected. Oftentimes when we are neglected, or we are told that our emotions aren't important, they're not necessary, they're not real, for example, that interrupts our ability to process our emotions fully. And we learn that we shouldn't sit with the emotion. We should just quickly move on to the next thing in order to either avoid those discomforts or to avoid the very important awareness of the experience that's occurring in that moment. And so we have to retrain ourselves to be present in the moment, in a state of observation, to be able to observe the things that are happening. So this is a new way of being, and it's really important to begin to train yourself in that. So let's go back to this. When we have an accumulation of these interrupted processes of being present with emotions and experiences, it accumulates in the body in such a way that life force, we are blocking thought forms from fully experiencing and processing in the body, and we are blocking our ability to process energy in the body. And so what happens is that life force becomes stagnant and stuck, and it cannot move in the body, and over time creates it's almost like a traffic jam of energy in the body, right? So many things can result from that, including imbalances and health issues. But energetically in the body, it becomes such a constant survival state of living that we are trained to redirect our attention. So in this example of Julie, who experienced that she has the twitching sensations, my suggestion is in Qigong, we create this technique where it's called shaking of a tree, and you begin to shake the body, shaking all around, to allow any kind of excess emotions to leave, especially when we're angry, especially when we are sad, like very deep depression, to allow your body to release the negative charge that is in the body. We are very much electrical, bioelectrical, chemical organisms. And this is also why grounding is such a powerful thing to do in the body. Actually take your shoes off and allow yourself to touch the earth, because it immediately changes the charges in the physical body from negative into a balanced. And the amazing thing about this is that it allows healing in the body as well. It creates a very nourishing environment, balanced environment in the body. When we have too much negative charge in the body, this is, again, we are counter-creative. Vortexes are stagnant or spinning even in the other direction. Illnesses in the body, incapable of processing emotions, overactive, and imbalances in the chakra system, and in the psychological mental processes are not functioning properly in the body. They haven't completed the full process of processing energetically, mentally, and emotionally in the body. So all of these parts are incredibly important when we're learning how to heal the body and to become creative human beings. So in this meditation, what happens in meditation is she has an ability to be able to sit with that emotion for a moment. And in that state of observation, it's going to make everything come up. Everything that hasn't been addressed is now coming up. So we get a lot of twitching going up, moving. We can't sit still. It feels uncomfortable. Our legs hurt, back hurt. All these things are just making it really uncomfortable for us to sit in the meditation. And that's because there's a lot of unaddressed aspects. So my suggestion is, and this is a process that's going to take some time, first of all, before you sit in the meditation, go into that shaking mode, okay? Get your energy running to allow you to eliminate the negative charge in the body and come back into a little bit more of a neutral state. And there's many techniques. I'll do a Qigong challenge soon, where we're going to go into some of these very practical and easy to utilize Qigong techniques. But once you get a lot of that charge out of the body, when you sit in meditation, you're going to feel a rush of energy moving. And this is just really powerful, very cleansing. So in this moment, I want you to visualize eliminating out of your body all of the thought forms, all the negative beliefs, all that stuff that we don't need to identify in that moment to allow you to clear your energetic space. Literally visualize that you have a vacuum connect to your energetic body and you're just allowing everything to leave out of your body. Okay, so this is a very powerful way to begin to clean your body before you get into the heavy cleaning that we do in the meditation. So this takes me to the next question that I have from several people that were messaging about falling asleep or feeling like you're falling asleep in the meditation. So there's a couple reasons for this. First reason is same thing, but we manage the energy in a different way. And this is another way that the body has learned to deal or cope with over excessive thought forms and energy flowing in the body, okay? And so what happens is that because we have a lot of heaviness and stagnation in our energetic body, we are not used to having energy flowing through. So it feels overwhelming for the body to take on that energy. And because it hasn't learned yet how to process, or if it's okay for it to feel and process that energy through the body, it begins to kind of disconnect. And there's a couple of reasons for this. It's understanding the mechanics of the physical body. When we go into dream state, in sleeping state, our vortex begins to move faster, okay? Because we get into different brainwave states where the vibrational frequency changes. Each one of those different states of sleep changes the way that the body is attached to the body. And eventually we are leaving the body in out-of-body experiences, in dream time, in astral projection, and eventually, if we continue spinning faster and faster, into death. So that spin, which is what our bodies are, if we don't maintain that moving and clear at all times with a heightened awareness and a high vibrational frequency, anytime that we start to go into meditation, we're going to want to check out because the body doesn't know how to handle that excess energy and life force in the body. So my suggestion is, again, as I previously said, Qigong is amazing to be able to rebalance the charges in the body. Secondly, to clear your energetic space even before you start doing this healing. And in the meditation, as you are running energy, this is why I strongly suggest to run energy when you're doing this kind of deep, heavy work, because you are addressing emotions that have been stagnant, sometimes for a very long time in the body. You're accessing memories that we've suppressed. We're doing a lot of really heavy work here. And the reason why I always make you run energy, which is how we run energy through the 3 dimensions of the body, is to allow for the earth energy, which we are made of earth. We are also made of this cosmic, life force. We are made of that. So we neutralize the physical vessel, which has become stagnant with its lack of awareness of itself. The lack of awareness of the physical body creates stagnation in which this inherent life force, infinite life force, which we are inherently, doesn't move properly in the body. And it becomes blocked because of thought forms. It becomes blocked because of stagnation, not energy, moving in the body, even physical movement, unhealthy diet, so many different things that begin to counter create with the physical body. And the core of all those things is in the emotional body. It's in the belief systems. What we're believing is basically what we're experiencing in the physical body. So this is where we have to start working with ourselves in a very deep way and become connected with the needs of the body, learning how to communicate with our physical body in a way that will help us to heal and make our meditations productive. So when you are feeling these really, really sleepy, the other part of this suggestion is that this happens a lot when we run energy because you're beginning to move your cycle quicker, okay? But sometimes earth life force energy is too strong for you. So you might change that color. Instead of using green earth life force, you might want to use another color that's very healing for you. Okay, so I suggest utilizing a color that is very soothing, calming, protective for you, and then run that through the body, and that will help you stay alert. This, when I first started utilizing this meditation, I also was kind of falling asleep in the beginning because, I was so not used to being in my body that when I did go in the body, it was just overwhelming with emotions that would come up. And obviously, our fight or flight senses, they want to check us out right away. We don't want to deal with that. So this is a work in progress that we have to take time and patience with ourselves and nurture ourselves during this process of healing. Okay, so when you're in meditation, as soon as you start falling asleep, just open your eyes, breathe. It means that you're not breathing. It means that your spinal cord is bent. Your spinal cord needs to be very nice and straight. And you also need to be drinking a lot of water. If you're not drinking a lot of water, it's hard for the energy to move through the body. Remember that we're made up of 98% water. So we need to be able to move life force. Water is a conduit of life force. We have to allow it to be moving through the body. So it's important to drink a lot of water when we are in meditation as well. Okay. All right, Lovey. So let me get to your next questions over here. Okay, we have a question saying, hi, do we need to open back up the lower chakras at the end and close the upper ones a bit? Does it matter if we leave the lower size of a coin after the lower chakras? Okay, yeah, so it's really important. This is super, super important to be able to open up your first three chakras after meditation. You see, chakra system, you have to remember that the chakra system is the holographic projection of your reality. So that means that whatever you're experiencing is based on the belief systems that are in these chakra systems. So if in the chakra system we have a lot of doubt, fears, anxieties, angers, we're going to be blocking our ability to perceive things differently. We're only looking at things through a very specific filter. Your chakras are your filters. All the debris, all the thought forms are not blocking life force to move through the body, and they're also not allowing you to change the way you perceive the world because we keep repeating, and the database of information is coming from the information that's in the chakras. The chakras are storage systems and also generators of life force that allow us to be able to interact in the world in a balanced way. Ultimately, in order to be in a state of balance, we want our chakras to be in complete alignment. So it looks like a pillar of light through your body. Okay, so only in meditation, when we are training to heal the body, when we are training our intuition, that's when we want to close the chakras in order to heighten and correct with our spiritual connection. This life force source through us allows it to anchor into the body. When chakras are out of balance, we usually are walking around with the root chakra wide open, sacral wide open, or out of balance, or stagnated, or fragmented. All of these different imbalanced states of the energy centers interrupt your ability to move life force through the body. And again, they create very strong perceptions and filters of reality. So for meditation, in order to heal, we want to neutralize those perceptions in order for us to begin to interact in a way that's more creative for us, okay? So that's a really powerful technique to utilize, and I want you to always remember to reopen that. I have a lot of videos on that in previous channels that you can check out, previous videos that I did, challenges that I did. But another thing about the chakras is that if we maintain them closed all the time, we're going to be in the higher realms all the time, but not in a way that's productive, because most of us are already outside of our body. So in order to create, manifest material things, like, for example, abundance, health, align with the jobs, with the opportunities that we need in this life, with money, all of these things are part of this human experience. So we need to ground our spiritual awareness. We have to integrate it, turning that wisdom, that knowledge into wisdom. That's what it means. When you anchor that life force into the earth, into your body, you begin to process it as practical spirituality, which is incredibly important. Hi, everyone in the chat. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Hello, you're such a wonderful soul for helping me through many difficult. Thank you very much, Truth Seeker. I'm so happy that you're here. Brad M, hello. Jay Zen, Cedric, Blanca. Brave Seal, so good to see you. Dogface Boy, good day. Veronica, Carrie Ann, Pearl, so happy you're here as well. Lisa says, so grateful for the 30-day challenge. Thank you. I'm very glad you like it. Blanca says, in regards to meditation, when I go into a deep meditation state, my body feels super big or expansive and heavy. It feels as if I'm larger than the room. Does it mean I can't achieve lighter states? No, not at all. In fact, we want to grow our light as big as possible, but in order to anchor that light into the physical, we need to have all the chakras moving at the same time. So what I'd like for you to do is to begin to notice, which one of your bodies feels heavier. So just tune into your energetic body, and I want you to see with your intuition where you have that heaviness in the body. Very clearly, you'll see dark spots, you'll see like obstructions in your energetic field, or you're just going to have very strong emotions that you can't shake for a long time. Those are all manifested in the energetic body. So just go ahead and tune into that and allow yourself to clear them out little by little as you're doing this work. And you're doing great. You need to expand. Question. So when you are the observer, you're still in your body? Yes, that's correct. When you are the observer, you're still in your body. Yes. Okay, so Greg, yeah, I think that means two things. So energetically, when we're observing, we are actually in the body. We are present in the vessel of the physical body. That's why it's so important. Not only that, but when we are in the physical body and we are in a state of observation, that's the only time that we can actually manifest things that are in alignment with our highest expression, because of the mechanics. And I've explained this many times, not only because the physical body shifts its frequency, but our entire body is spinning. The vortex is spinning of our physical body so that we can create, we can manifest, we come into this state of union. This consciousness becomes aware in this fractal. And even more so, the ability to become aware in this physical body allows you to navigate things in a way that's grounded and seeing things from the highest truth possible. Katie Tian says, Kia ora from New Zealand. Wow, to catch you live. So glad you caught us. Thank you so much for joining. Caleb says, I would love to participate in Qigong. Yep, that'd be awesome. Let's do that soon. Marianne K. Hi, Geraldine. Hello. So great to see you. So many perspectives to deal with. That's why we just want to observe. John Shane says, thank you, Geraldine, for highlighting water as the key secret ingredient to the self-healing and chakra work. Yep. Brad says, I feel that I am always seeking for upper chakra experiences. Yeah, because that's the bliss, right? We want to come into that state of bliss, but we won't be able to do anything with these higher states of information. And we're not here to be in the higher states of information. We're here to integrate the higher into the physical. That's why we came and we were born on the planet Earth in this third dimensional realm where the laws of creation are the internal unity, that marriage that creates that integration is what we're here to experience. And the moment the body goes into that integration, that's when we come into health, abundance, manifestation, and we can actually experience the human life in a very different way. We begin to manifest, and this is where, all those dreams, those dream life ideas and concepts come into play, because you can play in this matrix in a way that's really powerful, and you're outside of a state of suffering. So it's a very powerful way to begin to work with that. Thank you so much, Kit. Thank you for that. Luana, as we continue to heal layers, are there times of feeling like we are moving backwards instead of moving forwards? Luana, yes, a lot of times we might feel like we're moving backwards, but the key is, and just in that thought that we're moving backwards, it means that we're comparing with a previous state in the past. And that right there is a block for us. The idea is to be able to live fully in the present moment as an observer, and to be able to integrate the lessons of the past. They will automatically integrate in the body when you're in the present moment and interacting with your experience, fully present and as an observer and neutral. This will allow you to not live in the past, because if we're comparing with previous states, or we're fearful of future states that aren't here yet, we're depleting life force in those ways, and we are counter-creating in that instant with that thought. So immediately bring yourself to the present and experience what you're doing now, the ways that you feel. Immediately catch that. And this is ever moving. That's how we ever evolve and ever move forward. So the idea is to feel expansive but lighter at the same time. The heaviness is a sign that there are blockages. Yes, and we want to expand our light. Yes, but it's not just an imagination that we're bigger. Our energetic body automatically becomes larger when we hold more light. That means that we're spinning at a higher rate, which means that we're increasing our vibrational frequency, which means that we've reached a state of harmony. And that's what we want. We want to reach a state of harmony, of observation and harmony. So how we reach that is the process. And when you go through that process, your light will grow immediately as a natural result. It's a natural result of coming into a state of harmony. We're harmonious internally, and we are harmonious with our external environment as well. And the bigger that we become energetically, the more we see ourselves as one with everything. Separation becomes something, that no longer becomes a limiting perspective. The regeneration by, oh, hey, Geraldine, Kamala, so great to see you, Kamala. Had an amazing session with Kamala today. Thank you so much for being here. Cindy G says, is the ultimate goal for healing just for this lifetime? Will it weigh in on future lifetimes somehow? I love that question, because the answer is absolutely yes. And how that works is, So think of it this way. If you are repeating cyclical patterns of karma in this lifetime unconsciously, just cycling and repeating over and over again, we are evolving, but we are continuing to strengthen belief systems for a cyclical ancestral lineage that is becoming obsolete. Why? Because the entire universe is shifting its frequency. And as we are moving, we are collectively evolving. Everything that isn't moving at the vibrational rate of the collective is eventually dissolves. Okay, it dissolves because, again, the same way that when we live in our life and we are angry all the time and upset and we can't move into bliss, we eventually become sick and we die, right? So these cycles are counter creation. When we're in a state of counter creation, we limit our ability to evolve in a way that's expansive and in alignment with the collective whole, because remember, we're one. And so you're one little cell in a giant organism. If your cell isn't thriving and coming into a state of optimum creation, then of course it's going to dissolve and go right back into the cyclical pattern, matching the vibrational frequency in order for you to exist. So your existence is matching. You come into incarnation based on your frequency. So that being said, in this current lifetime, if we are not evolving through our vibrational frequency, elevating, coming into our highest potential, we're just going to go right back into this cyclical karmic cycle. We're going to reincarnate right back in. Alternatively, if we begin to expand, and this is what this healing work is, the healing work is to deprogram limiting belief systems that limit the vessel from seeing itself as source. So as we begin to let go of those belief systems and begin to embody and live as source in this three-dimensional plane, your vibrational frequency grows, it moves faster, it expands, and you become a match to a higher density. Okay, so you begin to, in your death and in dream time, you're very active in other dimensional planes. Your other fragments have the opportunity of also becoming conscious. And the ability for those sparks of consciousness to come online, it's like dormant, and when it becomes aware of itself, it then becomes conscious. And that awareness of itself allows it to become a creator in those dimensional planes. So the many more fragments that you reintegrate during this lifetime, the larger you are, your perspective grows, which means that your ability to navigate other dimensional planes is conscious. You are aware of them. So you're aware of yourself in the physical plane, and you're aware of yourself in any dimensional plane that you've become conscious in. And we are actively becoming conscious in those dimensional planes, if we know how, in our dream state. And when we leave the body and travel into the, what is it called? The out-of-body experiences, this is when we are most active working in those net levels. But in order to raise your frequency in this dimensional plane, to move your spin in a way that you can fluidly move, this requires you to raise your frequency. And that's why that's so important. So it's all about vibrational frequency. And the higher we vibrate, the more we're able to travel, right? Because that's how it works. And this is all supported by physics. Our science is understanding how this works. I mean, we see it when we're going into death, and we see it when we're traveling and navigating in other dimensional planes. Our entire body is shifting to align in that level, okay? So John Shane says, Geraldine, is there a way to control the release of water when you drink more water, and usually to increase the percentage of water in our bodies? So usually this is just a matter of training the body to consistently move. So this can be a whole topic in itself, but first we have to drink a lot of water to train the body to take the necessary water in the body where it's not eliminating. Because when you first start drinking a lot of water, you're going to want to go to the bathroom a lot because your kidneys, they're not used to that. They're processing it. So the more we drink water, the body becomes more balanced in its regenerative abilities to utilize that water to cleanse the organs, to replenish even the skin. Everything in the body begins to utilize that in a very productive manner. And we should be able to have a certain mastery over the body to be able to control all of these processes, including, when we utilize the bathroom and eliminate. And all of these elimination processes, if we have a nice discipline and a good balance in our organism, we can have a very nice schedule, for how we should process those things in the body. It's everything. The more aware we become of the physical body, the more balance we come into in all areas. So this is something that we can begin to kind of train ourselves. And we need to, eliminate the water. Helps us detox any kind of excess things in the body. So just listen to the body and listen to the intuition. Water is very important for healing and for meditation. Okay, all right, so let's get started. So today I want to talk about emotional pain healing. And one of the things that, yesterday I had the most excruciating lower back pain to the point where, I couldn't, it was just impossible. I couldn't walk. It was so hard to lay down. And this afternoon, I had an opportunity to be able to work on it. And I want to share with you that process. And I want to share what I did to remove that pain from the body in such a way that now I'm so much better, just literally within that amount of time. Now, normally a pain like this, doctors might say it takes a couple of weeks to restore, or, you take time to rest and recover. But this goes to show, and it's living proof about how we can heal our bodies by understanding how they work, how emotions are stored in the body. So in this practice today, looking at the pain, connecting with the pain, sitting with the pain, allowed emotions to begin to arise. And when you observe those emotions, there's a lot of information there about why that emotion is stored in that part of the body. So as you begin to address just the sheer acknowledgement of these emotions that we have maybe suppressed or neglected, allow us to address the problem. And therefore, you can clear your energetic body, you can clear and rebalance emotions, clear perspectives, bring them back into a state of neutrality. So in today's meditation, we're going to work on that. We're going to look at any parts of the body that feel stagnant, stiff, discomfort, and we're going to release the emotional stagnation in those parts, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to start by inhaling deeply and exhaling. And we're going to start by grounding ourselves down to the center of the earth, anchoring yourself at the core of the planet. Go ahead and visualize the center core, and you're going to visualize grounding yourself down to the center of the earth. So go ahead and connect. You're not just connecting an imaginary cord. Your energetic body, your entire presence comes fully into the physical body, and you see yourself and feel yourself as this earth. So allow yourself to anchor yourself to the center of the earth. Very good. Breathing deeply. Okay, you're going to go ahead and connect to your energetic field now. Go ahead and tune into your energetic body. Okay. Sealing any holes, tears, any kind of unconscious aspects of your body, go ahead and do that. Bring your presence to your physical body, and we're going to come into a state of observation as we begin to observe the body now. See yourself sitting in the position that you're sitting. See yourself relaxing. Feel yourself relaxing. All the muscles, becoming aware of the tension in the body. Becoming aware of any strain in the body. Any excess energy in the body. And staying still, observing, allowing the body to readjust in that stillness. And with every moment that you inhale and exhale, the body goes deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation, of rest, of observation. Breathing deeply. Okay, we're going to start visualizing a very healing color. a very healing energy coming up from the center of the earth up into the center core, creating a vortex of energy. So you're going to visualize your vortex moving. Go ahead and visualize it, rotating. Okay, picking up all the debris in your multidimensional body. With every breath you take, it's as if it allows that spin to move more fluidly through your body. From source, go ahead and visualize a powerful wave of cosmic energy coming down, combining with the earth healing energy that you're using. Go ahead and combine those two, your healing energy and gold cosmic energy. Okay, breathing deeply. Okay, you're going to take a small amount of that mixture. You're going to send it back down to the center of the earth. Go ahead and anchor yourself into the center of the earth, eliminating all the debris that you're clearing out of the 13 layers of your body. Clear it out. And we're going to do a very nice clean sweep around the multidimensional body, just eliminating all of that heaviness out, any stagnation that you took on from the day, fears, anxieties, doubts, resistance. Clear it out. Notice if the body is in a state of resistance or not wanting to let go. Notice if it gets stuck in its thoughts. Bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to the observation of your whole body. And focus on eliminating any stagnation of energy in the body that's been blocked emotionally. Thoughts, emotions. You're going to go back to your solar plexus. You're going to take a larger amount of this combination up your spine, and you're going to create a fountain coating the outside of your protective field. Go ahead and visualize this energy clearing out the matrix, all of the external connections that we have, illusions, false realities, attachments, imbalanced exchanges. You're going to call your life force back into the body. Go ahead and breathe deeply, calling back your life force into the body. Breathing deeply. Bringing it back into the body. Releasing what we took on today that doesn't belong to us. Go ahead and check in. Are you taking stuff on today that doesn't belong to you? Other people's problems, fears, anxieties, things that we heard externally on the news and media. Other people's emotions, other people's fears, other people's sickness. Go ahead and let go of everything that no longer serves you out of the body. Taking back your life force. Bring yourself back to this present moment. Remember yourself in this present moment. You are here. We are source. You are not the emotions. You're not these thoughts. You're not these experiences, but you are source. You are the observer. So bring yourself fully to the attention of this observer. Okay. Go ahead and go back now, focusing on anchoring and bringing this life force now into the body. Bring that healing energy into the body. With every breath you take, allow that energy to absorb into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the bones, down to the cellular level of your body as you begin to heal your body. So how many of you forgot yourself today? How many times did you forget to be present with yourself? How many times did you neglect your emotions, suppress your emotions, ignore your observations? Go ahead and nourish this body, filling the body with this healing light, allowing the body to absorb the healing and just feel love for this body, compassion. How many of you haven't been compassionate with your body today, in the past week, in the past hour? So go ahead and breathe, coming into a state of complete acceptance of everything that is, that happened today, complete acceptance, complete surrender. No judgment to anything that occurred, anything that we think. We're just existing, breathing deeply, coming fully into the present moment, into the body. And in this moment, you're going to discover health, wellness, joy, unconditional love, peace, harmony. In just your existence exists all of these things. Inherently, this is who you are. This is who you are. So just allow yourself to be in this existence that you are. There are no imperfections, not even the need for any definitions or identities of any kind. You are just infinite source, infinite consciousness, becoming aware of itself, sort of infinite potential. So we are reminding every cell of the body of who they are once again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and focus on any part of the body that is holding on to any stagnant belief systems. Any part of us that is fearful living in the past, fearful living in the future. I want you to take a look of all of your fragments that are currently still in the past. Take a look at all of your fragments that are still in the past. How many of you are trapped in the past? How many parts of you are trapped in the past? It could be in this lifetime, it could be other lifetimes. Go ahead and check in. Just notice how your energy is allocated and being drained through these parts of you that are existing, stuck in those timelines. How much of our subconscious belief systems are hooking up to these parts of us? So go ahead and take a look at these parts of you, and we're just going to ask them, how is this emotion that they're feeling in that moment benefiting them? Just observe and just listen without judgment, just observing. Okay, and so what would be a more productive way, a more healing way, a more loving way to exist in that moment? And just see if they are ready to embody this, perhaps a new way of experiencing that moment that they are trapped in. And as you do that, you will get lots of questions as to, why, how, if it's okay. So in this moment, I want you to tune into all the parts of you that resist coming into a more creative, healthy state. Take a look at all the parts of you that resist coming into a healthy state, a vibrant state, a creative state, a free state, a conscious state. Okay, so as you see these parts of you, I want you to begin to observe them. How do they look? Take a look at them. Observe their body language, observe what they're wearing, what they're showing you they're wearing, what they're showing you they're doing. Notice how they feel. Are they expanded? Are they contracted? Are they curled up in a ball? Do they look paralyzed? Just observe for a moment without any judgment. And this part of you, it might be an inner child. It might be a fragment of yourself that has been abandoned. So as you are observing this, I want you to notice, what do they need? What do they need in order to not feel this way and exist in this way any longer? What do they need? The moment you recognize what you need, you are immediately releasing emotional pain from the body. So I want you to gently take a look at that. Look at that transformation the moment you recognize what you need. What you're doing here is not a small feat. You are literally working in the dimensional layers of your body. You are releasing and healing fragments of yourself. You are reintegrating yourself, and you're becoming conscious on these levels. So allow that fragment of yourself to begin to take on what it needs. And I want you to observe how it changes, how it shifts in that moment of its existence. Breathing deeply. Make sure you're breathing, knowing that you are safe, that you are protected. You're 100% in charge of this healing, of this visualization. Anytime that you feel overwhelmed with emotions, you can just take a step back and begin to observe it as if you're watching it on a screen. From the safety of your chair or wherever you are, you can bring yourself back and just notice the dual experiences that you're having, just watching without judgment. So go ahead and get your fragments that are healed now, and I want you to see them merging into one, merging into one. Now, in the body, in the part of the body that is holding on to discomfort, this is what is connected to that part of the body. So go ahead and scan the body and notice what part of your body is holding on the connection to this experience. Go ahead and take a look at that. Where in the body do you store this belief system? It could be all the body, it could be certain parts of the body. Go ahead and tune in. Okay, you're going to focus on that part of the body, and I want you to saturate. You're going to bring source light into the body. You're going to see it from your hands, and you're just going to focus your hands on that part of the body. Bringing healing, very neutral healing, very gentle white light into that part of the body as you begin to saturate it with unconditional love, compassion, safety, protection, whatever it is that you need. And you're going to begin to feel that part of your body changing, healing, relieved from pain, relieving from discomfort, relieving from strong emotions and resistance. You allow yourself to come into a more subtle space of gentle flow. Right now, your frequency begins to heighten, and you might see colors of blues and violets lighting up as you begin to heal these parts of your body, as you begin to eliminate these thoughts of the past. You're going to see all of your fragments on all dimensional timelines, and you're going to allow them to also take part in this healing, allowing them to absorb these parts, these healing energies, this awareness, this new way of existing. I want you to connect with your spinal cord. And you're just going to identify where all of these fragments in this lifetime and past lifetimes are connected to the parts of your spinal cord. Because this is where we house these root belief systems. So go ahead and tune into your spinal cord, and you're just going to go down and just observe where you're holding on to that stagnation. And you're going to clear it. Just gently visualize removing that stagnation out of the body and just dropping it down to the center of the earth, out of your body, one by one, all of those stagnant emotions. Okay. As you clear yourself out of this body, you feel that violet vortex of violet light beginning to absorb out of your body everything that needs to be released. Breathing deeply. Very good. And you're going to see your fragments now merging into one. I want you to inhale deeply, taking them back into your body. As they begin to integrate now, we're going to neutralize the negative charge in the body. So I want you to visualize your connection to the center of the earth. And we're going to visualize eliminating all the charges, negative, infinite. 7 bodies in, 7 bodies out. Neutralizing to negative, infinite. This is 0. We're taking it back to the 0 point. So remember that the body, in order to house all this negative energy, it has to go to a really low stagnant point. So we are neutralizing all 7 bodies back to the 0 point. Okay, that's what we're saying when we're doing that work. So in this moment, I want you to begin to raise your frequency in the body by filling your body now with this healing color that you need. Go ahead and nourish the body, inhaling deeply into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the bones, down to the center level of the body as you begin to heal the body. Directing this life force to the part of the body that requires nourishment. You're going to nourish yourself. So this is where I want you to begin to see all of the neglected parts of yourself today, all the moments throughout your day that you forgot yourself, that you abandoned, that you rejected, you neglected, you judged. I want you to see all of those parts of you. And these are the parts that you're healing right now. I want you to fill them up with this light. Now that you have removed negative energy, you had made space now for this healing to begin to saturate into the body. You're doing a lot of things here. You're reprogramming your DNA. If you were to look at your genetic code right now, you are activating aspects of yourself. You accessed fragments of yourself on different dimensional planes, so you've made them conscious. And you are becoming conscious. They're you. They are you. There's only one. So you have become conscious in these dimensional planes. Okay? And you're also working with past life cyclical programs because you're ending now that you've become aware of the cyclical program that brings you suffering. You've now ended it. And so as you breathe deeply, you reintegrate them into your body. You're going to work on the root chakra. I want you to open that root chakra, and we're going to holographically explore the root chakra. I want you to see a double-sided vortex, and I want you to notice if any parts of that root chakra are broken, disconnected, stagnant, not moving. Go ahead and check. You're going to read your own chakra, and go ahead and see what's going on there. And intuitively, you're going to provide the healing that that root chakra needs in order to come back into its optimal state. Take a look at it. Go ahead and remove all the emotional debris. Remember, we are not the emotions. We are this observer. So go ahead and let go gently all the things in that root chakra that we don't need, that are not true in this present now moment, right? So if in that chakra we're housing feelings of fear of being unsafe, we're not unsafe here in this present moment. We're perfectly safe right now. So we're going to let that go. And as you let that go, the entire nervous system has to readjust. The muscle system readjusts. This is how we train the body. Okay, so go ahead and visualize white light surrounding that root chakra, which is a double-sided vortex, and it extends out into the energetic body. We're going to bring that white light in, healing the body. Whatever's in there, if there's blockages, if you see 100 apples, if you see whatever you see in that space is a manifestation. It's the way that you're communicating to yourself, subconscious blockages. So whatever you need to dissolve it, let's say it's 1,000 apples. So you're just going to visualize, you're going to turn them into applesauce, and then applesauce is going to leave out of the body. Okay, just use your intuition. Don't block yourself. There's no perfect or imperfect way to do this. We are mastering the multidimensional body. You're going to go up to the sacral chakra, okay? And as you're in the sacral chakra, go ahead and visualize observing the double-sided vortex, bringing it back into a balanced state, clearing out all of the blockages in the sacral chakra. Again, does it need to be put back together? Is it even in the body? Is it out of the body? Is it closed in the back? Let's begin to heal it. Bring white source light, begin to heal that chakra now, bringing it back into 0 point. Okay, 0 point. You're working in the second layer of your body. You're going to go up to the third layer now. Same thing. Eliminate all the debris, false belief systems, anger, suppression of angers, emotions, judgments. Clear it out. Does it serve you in this moment? If the answer is no, go ahead and compassionately, lovingly allow yourself to experience something different. Let it out. Going up to the heart now, okay? The heart is nice and expanded. Go ahead and clear all of those blockages out there. The programs of not being able to love yourself, love others, love unconditionally, judgments, insecurities. Clear all of that out. Concepts of separation, perspectives, limiting beliefs of separation, clear them out. Going up into the throat, same thing. Communication, expression. Clear out all the belief systems. And I'm just naming out very general, simple examples. What you have in your chakra system, I want you to use your intuition to read into it. Okay, our chakras are processing systems, so all of us are different because of the lives that we had. So I want you to trust your intuition and what you find there. Okay, you're going to go up to your third eye, do the same thing. Double-sided vortex, what is it doing? Are we blocking our ability to receive? Are we judging? Are we not trusting ourselves in our lives? Very good. Excellent work. Clearing out. Okay. Okay, you're going to go up into the crown now. This is a big one. This is a big one because most of us are completely unaware about our crown chakra. And if we look at all the religions in the world that show their saints with an illuminated head, illuminated aura around the upper crown of the head, it is the most important symbolism behind the mastery of the three-dimensional plane, the anchoring of the spiritual aspect of ourselves into the physical. So we are illuminating that crown chakra. So go ahead and visualize you're removing all the limiting belief systems about your ability to be in the body. This is where we remove belief systems like we don't belong, we're not supposed to be here right now, all of these ideas, you know, if you're not supposed to be here right now, you would not be here. It's as simple as that. the millions of things that came together to create your existence, your vessel. I mean, there is an entire universe backing up your existence here in this plane right now. So the question is, what are you doing with your time, right? Again, are you reaching that higher state of vibrational expression, or are you just going back in cyclical patterns? There's nothing wrong with either of those, but just understand what you're doing and why. That's part of the awareness game. So as you visualize and clear all of those blockages in the crown, you're going to feel a flush of energy moving through the body. Okay, so go ahead and feel that energy moving into the body. It's going to feel warm. Just allow source to move freely through the body. And I want you to direct that white life source through the parts of the body that need nourishment, that need some of that expansion of energy. Okay, so go ahead and go up into the 7th now. Activate the 7th. Activate the 8th, your ability to navigate in the astral planes. All the limiting beliefs of being able to be non-physical and physical at the same time, all of those beliefs have to go. We are multidimensional. Going up to the 11th, all the parts of you that are still in the concept of separation. Eliminate all of those belief systems. Going up to the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. Breathing deeply. And above you is a powerful white light source as you connect. This is you. This is your cord. Look at your cord of life force that moves through your body. Make it wider. Anchor it into the body. I want you to feel the body. Be in the body while you're feeling source move through you. And when you have source, yourself moving through the body, fluid way, illness, pain cannot exist in the body. Okay, so I just want you to anchor that into the center of the earth now, because you're a light worker and you chose to exist in this earth. The earth is an extension of ourselves. So we're going to anchor that light in the center of the earth. Okay, excellent, excellent work, you guys. You guys did amazing. Go ahead and welcome back with your eyes open. I want you to see your energetic field around you. I want you to see your grounding cord and your chakras. Okay, you guys did amazing. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat so I can answer them for you. And thank you so much for joining in. Ricky, so good to see you. Jason, Spaced Out Radio, Dave, thank you so much for your super chat. I am so grateful to you. Please do check out Dave Scott's show. And thank you for the compliment of the hair. Love the flat iron hair too. Thank you so much, Blanca. Juan, much love. Jay Zen, thank you. Laura Vladimir, thank you so much, sister, from New Zealand. The work we are doing here together is changing the world for our future generations. That's right. That's right. Let's do this. Laura, thank you very much. Yannick Yoda, thank you so much for that super chat. Wow, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. Marianne Lay, thank you so much. Prestigious Mage, so many black pebbles. Okay, so Prestigious Mage, were you able to get those black pebbles out? How did you dissolve them and how did you feel when you released them? Okay, go ahead and put that in chat. And anybody else that has questions, let me know. David Smith, accept the allness. I'm not sure what that means. The allness. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Brad M. Very emotional healing. I am happy to hear that. That's amazing. Heart Traveler, thank you. Veronica, thank you. Felt the warm tinkling on my face. Yes. Nothing to Find, one of my faves. So gentle and moving. Yes, this is a gentle healing, and that's because we used our own healing energy. Keep that in mind. Every time that you're doing these healing techniques, you're learning about how to become a master of life force. So when we use neutral energies, the body really absorbs it. It's like drinking water, but for the energetic body. Okay, so that's a good thing for you. Use that next time. Thank you, Mariana. Thank you, Luana. Amazing soul. Thank you, Fidel, for being here. Blanca, I saw lava in my root chakra. Wow, that's interesting. I crave visual charts for the energies and chakras. Okay. Yes, I do have some for free on my website. But at the same time, Greg, I do want to mention that I'm a really huge advocate of you being your own educator of your energetic body. Why? Because the chakra charts that show you the colors, that's not really what our chakras are looking like. We have all kinds of different colors going on in there because color is frequency. It's like our DNA. It's jam-packed with information that is so much compacted into these colors of frequency that we are using our entire body to translate them. So the more that we use our intuition, the more we can make our own definitions of our body. That's actually what we want to do here. So let's make our own chakra chart, okay? And actually that might be a workshop that we can do together in the future, but just looking at the root, sacral, solar, every single one of the chakras and identifying what your color is there. How much of it is open? How much is closed? What's happening in the front and the back? Identify your own energetic field to learn about you, and it'll help you heal better, and clearer. Exactly. Blanca, nobody knows yourself better than yourself. That's correct. Thank you, Geraldine. I love the meditation. So powerful. Glad to hear that. Katie Tian, thank you for your profound presence and wisdom. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I hope you have an incredible night. Take care and remember to remember yourself. Love you.